Let's calculate how many moles of a gas we have given the volume at STP. How many moles xenon in 56 decimeters cubed of xenon? We write this in equation form. How many moles xenon has the same volume as, in other words, equals 56 decimeters cubed xenon. To find the answer, we need to multiply by a unit factor such that the bottom of the fraction gets rid of our given unit, decimeters cubed xenon, and the top of the fraction introduces our required unit, moles xenon. We know that 1 mole of xenon has a volume of 22,4 decimeters cubed as long as it's at STP. And so our question becomes 56 divided by 22,4, which is 2,5. Cancel off the decimeters cubed xenon and we're left with moles xenon. Notice anyway we could have reasoned this through, because if you think about it, you know that if you had a mole of xenon at STP, it would have had a volume of 22,4 decimeters cubed. Now 56 is clearly more than double. Double would have been 44,8 decimeters cubed. 56 is 44,8 plus another 11,2, which is half of 22,4. So we can see that 56 is 2.5 times more than 22,4. If you'd had 22,4 decimeters cubed, that would have been 1 mole. Now you have 56 decimeters cubed, which is 2.5 times more than 22,4, so you must have 2.5 moles of xenon. How many moles of oxygen, O2, has a volume of 10 decimeters cubed? Now here you might be a little bit confused by that little 2, because just now with xenon that was easy, it was just Xe, we didn't need to worry about it being Xe2 or 3 or whatever, and now we suddenly have this little 2 that might confuse us. So you might wonder, is it maybe that half a mole O2 has a volume of 22,4 decimeters cubed, or maybe 2 moles O2 has a volume of 22,4 decimeters cubed? No, remember the rule says that 1 mole of any gas at STP has a volume of 22,4 decimeters cubed. Now, the gaseous form of oxygen is O2, not O. And so 1 mole of O2, that's 1 mole of a gas. And so its volume is 22,4 decimeters cubed. And so our question becomes 10 over 22,4. Our calculator gives us 0,446 and some other numbers. We round that off to 0,45 moles of oxygen. How many moles of SO2, sulfur dioxide, has a volume of 2,24 decimeters cubed? Now we could just see this, that we know that if you had 1 mole, it would have a volume of 22,4. Now we have a tenth of that, and so we must have a tenth of a mole. But let's also do it the long way. We write in equation form. How many moles SO2 has a volume? Equals 2,24 decimeters cubed SO2. We know that 1 mole SO2 has a volume of 22,4 decimeters cubed. Decimeters cubed cancels off. We're left with moles SO2, which is what we were asked about. 2,24 divided by 22,4 equals 0,1 mole SO2. How many moles nitrogen has a volume of 2,24 decimeters cubed? Now we first might not know, are we speaking about nitrogen N or nitrogen N2? Remember, 1 mole of any gas at STP has a volume of 22,4 decimeters cubed. The gas nitrogen has a formula N2. You don't find N floating around in the air. You find N2 because that's the stable form, that's the molecular form. And so the question is, how many moles N2 has a volume of 2,24 decimeters cubed? Now, can you see that it's the same question as just now, really? Because it doesn't matter which gas we're speaking about. The ratio of moles to decimeters cubed at STP is the same for all gases. And so we can immediately see the answer must be the same as our answer for the previous question, because 1 mole of N2 has a volume of 22,4 decimeters cubed. So the question is 2,24 divided by 22,4 gives us a tenth. We have a tenth of a mole because we have a tenth of the moles decimeters cubed, the moles volume.